Every 20 years to fight the government. Hi everyone, welcome to Nihongadas. Every 20 years to fight counterfeits, the Japanese banknotes are renewed, and the personalities featured on them are also changed. Well, those 20 years have already passed. So, from July 3rd, new banknotes will be issued. But who were the personalities on the old banknotes that we've been using so far? And who will be the personalities featured on the new ones? Since this channel is basically focused on Japanese history and culture, I thought it could be quite interesting to discuss about important personalities of the late Edo and Meiji period. So, are you ready? Let's start! On the back of the 1000 yen banknote, we will have one scientist replacing another scientist. The current one, Hideo Noguchi, is the one that you can see on the statue behind me in the Ueno Park. Okay, so this Hideo Noguchi, he was a bacteriologist who found the causative agent of syphilis in the brains of people suffering from paresis. Noguchi died in 1928 from the yellow fever he spent years researching. So, he became one of the most famous or most well-known scientists in Japan during the Meiji period. Noguchi will be replaced by Kitasato Shibasaburo, who among many other contributions created the world's first culture of tetanus bacteria, creating as well in 1914 Japan's first private medical institute to help people from disease, the Institute for Infectious Diseases, or the current Kitasato University. On the back, a landscape with Mount Fuji and cherry blossom will be replaced by the worldwide known artwork, the Great Wave of Kanagawa. On the 5000 yen banknote, we will have two women. The one featured in the current banknote is the one behind me, Ichiyo Higuchi. Ichiyo Higuchi was Japan's first professional female writer of modern literature, so he was a very important personality. Higuchi used to live around here in this area, currently Minowa, but formerly quite near to the red light district of Yoshiwara, until she moved to the Bunkyo area. She used to work very hard to support her mom and sister while she wrote all her works, basically diaries, short stories, and a lot of poems. Her works were very highly regarded even by professional writers at that time. But unfortunately, same as her father and her brother, she died of tuberculosis at the very early age of 24 years old. Higuchi will be replaced by Tsuda Umeko, one of the first female students in Japanese modern history. When the newly established Meiji government started ruling, they dispatched the Iwakura mission. That was a diplomatic trip to US and Europe to learn and study about the educational, political and economical systems from the Western countries. Well, out of so many people, Tsuda Umeko was one of the students, although by then she was just 6 years old. A pioneer of higher education for women, she spent her days as a career woman, studying English and biology, and after returning from the US, she created in 1900 the English School for Women, currently the Tsuda University. On the back of the 5000 yen banknotes, we currently have the irises flowers that were painted by Ogata Korin in the beginning of the 18th century. Those irises will be replaced on the new banknotes by wisteria flowers. Regarding the 10,000 yen banknotes, the one appearing so far has been Yukichi Fukuzawa, philosopher, educator, and one of the greatest supporters of the modernization during the late Edo and early Meiji period. Fukuzawa founded the current Keio University, where I am right now, and the newspaper Jiji Simpo, basically to encourage the population to get educated and adopt always a critical stance towards the Japanese political structure. His bestseller, Gakumon no Susume, or An Encouragement of Learning, sets up education and studies as the top priority to improve someone's status. That was a very big change when compared to what was called in the Edo period the Mibun Seido system. In the Mibun Seido system, everyone was born into one status and it was almost impossible to move from your status. If you were born a merchant, you would be a merchant for the rest of your days. If you were born a farmer, likewise. So he is encouraging people to get education and get more studies in order to improve and basically move away from the status where you were born. Fukuzawa will be replaced by Shibusawa Eiichi, known as the father of Japanese capitalism. Shibusawa brought several economic reforms to the country, including the joint stock ownership, basically allowing stakeholders to buy shares of the company. He also participated actively in the foundation and development of over 600 cultural and social enterprises, such as hospitals, universities, and organizations, such as Japan Red Cross. And he also founded directly the Japanese Chamber of Commerce, as well as, in 1873, the first Bank of Japan. So we could say that business-wise and economically speaking, Shibusawa Eiichi was one of the biggest contributors to the development of modern Japan. On the back of the 10,000 yen banknotes, the Phoenix statue from Byodo-in Temple in Kyoto will be replaced by the Marunouchi side of Tokyo Station, the one that you can see behind me. However, these changes will not be limited to the front and back depictions. Apparently, these new banknotes will feature the world's first 3D holograms that make the portrait on a bill rotate when tilted to avoid counterfeiting, as well as some tactile marks for the visually impaired. However, at the same time, Japan is also trying to reduce the amount of cash. If we look at the graph, it looks like Japan is slowly but steadily increasing the cashless payment ratio. That being said, there are tons of machines where the current 500 yen coin is still not accepted. I wonder when are they going to do something about it. So that's it for today. I really wanted to have this video ready before July 3rd, so I tried my best to have everything ready as soon as I could. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it interesting. Which character do you think should be in the next batch of banknotes in 20 years? Who do you think should be featured there? Let me know in the comments, and have a nice day. See ya!